we certainly appreciate the atmosphere created out there today for our team. I think our fans coming out and having over 80,000 people is a real positive for our players. Great to have ESPN here today, tremendous exposure for the university as well as the football program. And we were excited about the day. The tradition that sort of emulates here on A-Day is something hard not to really have a tremendous respect for and to respond to. I mean, you know, Danny Chimes today, talking to the, you know, A Club guys that have worked so hard to develop the tradition that Alabama and Crimson Tide people are so proud of and have so much passion for. All those things sort of, I never gain an appreciation for those things when we're playing games, and the game's the most important thing, and you know, you're worried about the team, and that's all you do is focus on that. But on a game like today, being around and making about 6 speeches to all these groups today, and it's great to see our fans, it's great to see the passion, it's great to see the enthusiasm, and it's great to see the turnout, and makes it really fun for the players. Especially important today for me was, you know, Sean Johnson, Antoine Caldwell, John Parker Wilson, Danny Chimes, great tradition. Those guys were fantastic leaders for our team, and certainly did a lot, and are going to be difficult to replace because of the intangibles that they brought. They not only talked the talk, they walked the walk, and they affected other people. Excuse me. The game itself today, you know, I was really pleased with the first team offense. I think they were really kind of on a mission today to prove that they could go out there and move the ball and play. Especially pleased with Greg McElroy's performance. I thought he did a very nice job out there. Obviously, you know, we need to continue to improve on lots of things on both sides of the ball. But I was very pleased with, especially early on, the energy and enthusiasm that we had in the game offensively, and moved the ball against the first defense very effectively. So that was, you know, a real positive, I think, for us. You know, there was some turnovers out there defensively. I think we had like 3 or 4 interceptions, which is something that we've done a good job of. The one thing we need to do a better job of is creating turnovers. We probably didn't, it's hard to know from the stats how really effective you ran the ball because of taking sacks off of rushing yards. But obviously we need to improve our ability to run the football. I think it will help when we get 2 of our running backs back, and we continue to develop and make improvements in the offensive line. But that's important to us. I thought our receivers made strides. You know, Marquise Mays made some plays out there today as a receiver as well as a runner on a couple reverses. You know, Julio's definitely made some big plays and capable of that, and going to be somebody that people have to deal with. You know, I think defensively, one of the things that we minimized last year was giving up big plays, and I think even though the defense probably played fairly well today, the one thing that they did do is there were several big plays given up. And that's something, if you're going to be a good defense, you can't give up big plays, and you got to be hard to score on in the red zone. And I think those 2 things have to be goals for our defensive team moving forward. You know, our specialists, I felt, are capable of doing a little bit better. The one thing that's very apparent in the spring game, you know, the guys that have mental energy and intensity and have the look in their eye and look at the game and have fun, you know, in the game and look at it as an opportunity to play, compete, and improve, they play very well. And they really do. And, you know, the guys that kind of pretty nonchalant about going out, it's another spring game, I've been here for a long time, you know, they usually don't have the same success. And, you know, you can judge it all for yourself. But our goal moving forward is to get our team in the best possible position to get every player to be as good a football player and contribute in a positive way as we possibly can. There are some opportunities for young players that are developing players on our team, as well as for young players that are going to come in as recruits, especially at certain positions. I think that offensively we don't have enough depth and we don't have enough playmakers. right now. And there's gonna be some opportunities created for young people, on our team right now, as well as guys that are coming in. I don't think we have enough depth in the offensive line. I think the second offensive line, the quarterbacks didn't have a chance to operate. And we need to continue to develop a backup quarterback that can be an effective player with consistency. So we have issues, we have things to work on. They're challenges, we embrace those challenges, we look forward to those. But I do think we can have a good football team if we have leadership emerge, as well as the passion of the team. What's the motivation? What's the inspiration, for our team to have a great football team and to be good because of who they are and how good they want to be. Those things are intangibles that have to surface, and I think that's probably true of any good team.
Coach Saban, just to follow up a little bit on playmakers, and in particular Marquise Mays, has he shown that through the spring, what we saw today in terms of explosions?
Yes, he has made a lot of big plays this spring. He's very fast. Our most explosive guy off the line against any kind of close coverage or bump and run. He has ability to run with the ball. He's improved his hands, which is a real key. And I think he's a guy that, can be a playmaker for us in the future. And I'm very, very encouraged by the spring that he had.
All right.
Coach, we've asked you a lot this spring about the number one quarterback job. Can you talk a little bit about the separation, if there is any, between Jackson and Darren?
I don't know what the separation is at this point. I think those guys are still, competing. I think both need to make significant improvements. I think both guys have made a tremendous amount of progress. And I think they're both capable, of developing into good quarterbacks. But I think right now, fundamentally, consistency, whether it's reads, knowledge, experience, technically doing things well enough to be able to, sustain their performance. Both guys are too inconsistent, and that's something that we need to continue to work on throughout the summer, as well as fall camp. They're both young guys, and I'm sure, and we're sure, and we feel comfortable that both guys who have a great attitude will improve significantly between now and then.